Hello everybody, welcome back for another exciting lesson. We're still on units 1 and 2, expressions and equations, and today we're going to be solving proportion equations and doing some translating. We've already kind of jumped into translating a little bit. Here's just some more in-depth understanding of it. And we'll have a lot with translating, you have to do a little bit more practice, so we'll do some more practice with it in class. But let's go ahead and get started with equations, okay? So proportion equations. It's important to know these kind of definitions. A ratio, that's a comparison of two numbers. Okay? So to bake a cake, you need 3 parts flour to every 2 parts of sugar. So these are the different ways you can write a ratio. Okay? A proportion is actually an equation comparing two ratios. So it's two ratios set equal to each other. So 3 parts flour is to 2 parts sugar. What if you had 12 parts of flour? How many cups of sugar would you need? So these are the kinds of equations we're going to start working on. So let's look at example 1. Alright, so we have 2/3 is equal to x over 9. Now some of you guys might have already touched on this in prior years, but we're actually going to do cross multiplication. Okay? So what we're going to do when we have a proportion, we're going to cross multiply. So we're going to multiply the 2 and the 9 together. And we're going to multiply the 3 and the x together. Okay? That gives us this. So 3 times x is going to be equal to 2 times 9. Okay? So we're going to simplify this a bit, and we get, where'd it go? Somewhere. Oh, it's something. So we end up simplifying it. Oh dear. There we go. We get 3x equals 18. Okay? So that's our equation. Once we have it in equation format, we can go ahead and solve it. Okay? So what we're going to need to do is divide both sides by 3. Division property of equality right there. And what we end up getting is x equals 6. And that's our final answer. So, and we can always check this too, that 2/3 is equal to 6 over 9. It's true, because when you simplify 6 over 9, you get 2/3. Okay? So, and the reason we're doing all this is another property. It's called cross products property, which just says if you have a over b is equal to c over d, then a times d is going to be equal to b times c, what we just did. Okay? Also, if you had 3/4 is equal to x over 16, cross multiply, 3 times 16 is going to be equal to 4 times x. And then you can solve for the x. Okay? So go ahead and try these on your own. I will tell you this, I did not read the directions when I was doing this. I will give you the answers, but not in step builder notation. Okay? That's too easy. So I will give you the answers to make sure you're doing it right, and then I want you to put them in step builder notation. Okay? Don't forget to check your answers. That's a really easy way. You can use a calculator to do it. So go ahead and put the video on pause. Yeah, if you're wondering why it goes from 1, 2, 5, 6, it's just because I couldn't change it. It wouldn't let me change it. So just go ahead and do these. Put it on pause. Once you're done, I will have the solutions for you, but not step builder notation, so make sure you do step builder notation as well. Okay? Alright, see you in a few minutes. Okay, welcome back. Hopefully it wasn't too bad. So number 1, the answer you should have gotten is n equals 4. Okay? You should be able to check that as well as put it in step builder notation. Okay? Number 2, you had you got the answer of m equals 3. Again, should be able to check in the calculator and check your step builder notation. Okay? Number 5, the answer was v equals 25. And 6, the answer was m equals 27. Okay? Okay. Next, we're going to go ahead on to cross multiplying with distribution. So not everything's going to be this easy. This is nice and simple and clear. Some things are going to get a little bit more complicated, so let's look at that on the next page. So here we have an example. We have to solve for x. We have 5 over 10 is equal to 6 over x minus 6. Okay? So here we're going to go ahead and do cross products again. And we have to multiply the 5 with the x minus 6, as well as multiply the 6 and the 10. Now this wasn't too bad. 6 times 10, not hard. But we're doing 5 times this. Remember, this is a group under here. When it's a fraction, there's an operation. That's a group, so we need to put it in parentheses. So it's 5 times the quantity of x minus 6. Okay? Go ahead and simplify it. We get 60 equals 5 times x minus 6. Now we just go ahead and solve. Now it's a multi-step equation because we have to distribute here. We're going to distribute the 5 to everything. Oh, sorry, we rewrote it. So I get 5 times the x gives me 5x. 5 times the negative 6 gives me negative 30. Now we just have a two-step equation. We can solve it with sad neg. So I undo the subtracting 30 first by adding 30 to both sides. I now have, go ahead and simplify, 60 plus 30 gives me 90. The 30's cancel each other out, leaving me with 5x. Next, I'm going to go ahead and divide both sides by 5. So 90 divided by 5 and 5x divided by 5. So give me 18 over here and a single x over here, which is my final answer. And I have a little red ring. There you go. Okay? So it's just a matter of if there's more than one number here, like anywhere in the fraction, when you cross multiply, you need to make sure that those multiple numbers there are in parentheses. So you're multiplying by that entire group. Okay? When cross multiplying, don't forget to distribute when necessary. That's the big thing. Okay? So go ahead and try these 4 on your own. They're not horrible. I will say this, 5 and 6 does have multiple distributions. Okay, so you have a group here and a group here. The same thing, they both need to be put in parentheses when you cross multiply. Same thing with number 6, okay? That was my little hint for you. So go ahead and try these. When you come back, I'll have the answers for you. And don't forget to put them in set builder notation. I didn't put them in set builder notation. Okay? So go ahead and do it, and I'll be here when you get back. Welcome back. So here, number 1, cross multiply the 7 and the 6, cross multiply the 3 and the b minus 9. Your answer would have been b equals 23. Okay? Number 2, cross the 7x with, I don't know what I'm saying, 7 times x there, and then 6 times this quantity, x minus 2. When you solve for x, you should have gotten negative 12. Okay? Remember, if you have any questions on these, put a little star next to it, make sure you ask them in class. You guys have been doing an amazing job about asking questions when you don't understand something. We should keep it up. Number 5, we have to multiply the 6 with the p minus 10, so p minus 10 goes in parentheses. Here, the 3 is multiplied with the p plus 3, so p plus 3 goes in parentheses. And then we just distribute and solve for the p. So p we get is equal to 23. Okay? 6, the 7 is going to be multiplied with the m minus 1. The 9 is going to be multiplied with the m plus 10, so m plus 10 had to be in parentheses. M minus 1 had to be in parentheses. We distribute. We go ahead and solve for m. We get negative 48.5. Didn't come out nice, but sometimes it doesn't come out nice. We just have to deal with it. Okay? If there were any questions, I'm not sure what you did, or how you didn't get the answer, put a star, ask it in class. Okay? And next page. Okay, so you guys have an entire page that looks exactly like this. Okay? At the bottom of the page, there is a word bank. All of these words mean these symbols here on the page, okay? So what I want to do is pause for a few minutes, go through these words, and put them on, next to, within whatever word you want to say. I wrote them on the symbols that represent, like, that it means, okay? So, really easy one, I'll give you one, is plus down here on the last line. Plus, we know, means addition. So I would go ahead and write plus on the addition bar, or addition sign. Okay? So go ahead and do that. I will talk about the turnaround words here. These are words that mean subtraction, but mean that we have to write it differently than the way we would read it mathematically. Okay? We talked about, this was on, I can't remember if it was a warm-up or an exit ticket, where, I think it was a warm-up. It was like 1/3 p minus 5. Well, that, we wrote it as 5 blank 1/3 p, okay? So that one was a turnaround word because we had to write it the opposite way. Okay? So go ahead and take a few minutes, put it on pause. When we come back, we'll go through all of these, okay? Alright, pause. Welcome back. Okay? So here I got addition. Let's go through these addition words. So we have combined means addition. add means addition, more, increase by, together, plus, like I told you, and all those words, whenever you hear them, they mean to add the things together, right? Let's talk about subtraction. So here we have subtract, clearly. Difference, that's the answer you get when you do subtraction, right? Take away, fewer, minus, decrease by, from, from. I think that's actually a turnaround word. 4 from 11. Yeah, that means 11 minus 4. So that's actually a turnaround word. Sorry. It also means subtraction. Another turnaround word would be less than. 4 less than 11 means you got to write 11 minus 4, right? Okay. Let's go on to multiplication. We have product, multiple. I think it's supposed to say multiply. Okay. Per, twice, times. Those are all multiplication words. Division would be quotient. That's the answer you get. Shared. 16 shared between 4. That means it was divided between 4. Of 16 of 4. Or 4 of 16 or something. Ratio. Divided by. Those are all division words. Parenthesis words. We talked about this a little bit in class, where it's something we have to get. So like it's an answer to something. So times the difference of, meaning we'd have to do subtraction and then multiply it with something. Okay? So that difference, the subtraction stuff would be in parentheses. Twice the sum of, 2 times the sum, the answer I would get from that. Okay? And plus the difference of, so plus the difference, I'd add and then get the sum. I'd add something with the answer I would get after doing subtraction. So I'd do subtraction first. Okay? Equals. So equals is kind of, the word is means equals. Also the different tenses of is, like are, were, will be, or something. Those are all, sorry. I'm in school right now, and that's the warning bell. Okay? Sorry about that. Didn't mean to bring it home. So, the other bell's going to go off in 2 minutes. So if you hear the other bell, I'm sorry. And our last page. So we're going to go ahead and do a couple of examples. Write the following sentence mathematically. Twice a number times the square root of the sum of 15 and that number cubed. Okay. Whew. That's a lot. I'll tell you, it is a lot. So, okay, let's go through it and just start writing down the symbols. So twice means, totally just wrote something. Twice means 2 times the sum, like 2 times it, right? A number, I just picked a variable. Times means to multiply. The square root, that's radical, of the sum, that's a parentheses, of the sum, because I'm going to have to put that, whatever that addition is in there. Sum means addition. 15, that number cubed. Okay? So, now I just need to put it together. So, 2 times a number times the radical of the group 15 plus y to the cube. Oh my gosh, y cubed. Sorry. I'm still at school. It's a little distracting here. Okay? So, and it can look a little bit different. If you had multiplication symbols in there, that's fine. It's just, it's really, you need to make sure that if you work this out, is it done in the order that the sentence is explaining. Okay? So, example 4 is taking a math thing, like symbols, and translating into words. Okay? So we have this, and if we read it out, it's this way is a little bit easier because we have to talk. Sorry. We have to talk it through anyway. So it's kind of just reading it. So I know this is the quotient of, or it's like it's division, right? It's a fraction. The quotient of what? Well, I say the top part first and then the bottom part, right? So the quotient of 3 times, or you can do multiple different ways, okay? You can say it multiple different ways. You can say 3y minus 4. You can say the difference of 3y and 4. Writing it in your own words, there's so many different answers, okay? So, we're not going to be able to check, like, this is not going to be perfect, but here's an example of what you could have said. The difference of 3y and 4, and on the bottom I just have 9. I have another 9 popping around, okay? So I just go ahead and put it in one sentence. So, the quotient of the difference of 3y and 4 and 9. Okay? So, last two things, I want you to go ahead and try these on your own. First one, you have to translate this into words. Okay? And I think I actually did my answers wrong. So we're going to check these answers in class. This first one, there's so many different ways you can write it. Okay, so we're going to have to hear a couple of them to make sure they're okay. But we can talk about those in class. The second one, translating into math, the sum of a number cubed, the product of 3 and another, like the product of 3 and another number, and -7. Okay? So, go ahead and try these two on your own. We will check them in class. If you have any questions on anything, please go ahead and make sure you have them ready for class on Monday, Tuesday? I can't remember when we're going to have class, but make sure you have them ready for the next class, okay? Thank you much. Bye!